It's been a pleasure. And my name is Jason Keeling. So I work at Edge Hill University. We're right outside of Liverpool, England. It's a beautiful part of England. And we're in a town called Ormskirk. And I have a presentation for you guys, a little PowerPoint that give you some familiarity with the university and our location as a study abroad destination. And this is our location. We're in a beautiful part of England. We're about 20 to 25 minutes from Liverpool, and we're about 40 to 45 minutes driving from Manchester. And it's a big asset to our university is our location. We're real close. We're about 7 miles from the Irish Sea, which is beautiful. And you can hop on a ferry boat and you can be in Ireland in 3 hours. We're only a couple hours away from Scotland. We're about 2.5 hours away from London. And London's a great city. It's one of my favorite cities in the UK, in Europe, but it's very expensive. It's very crowded. There's lots of tourists. There's lots of international students. So you're away from all that. And that was a big asset. And I'm actually a former student at Edge Hill. So I studied there many years ago. And that was my favorite thing about the location is London's accessible, but you're away from all that hustle and bustle. And we're near the Irish Sea. We're close to the Lake District. So it's a great part of the UK to be a study abroad student. These are some photos. So Liverpool is the nearest city. So from Ormskirk, you hop on a train, and about 20 minutes from Ormskirk, you're in downtown Liverpool. And Liverpool's beautiful. It's, like I said, it's right on the Irish Sea. We have lots of museums and restaurants and pubs. And here in this photo, you have the Beatles Museum. We have the Slavery Museum, the Liverpool Tate Museum. And this is a photo of a lot of the study abroad students that during orientation week, we take you on a walking tour around Liverpool, so you get a lot more familiar with the city and the surroundings. So we do all that during orientation week. So we have a fun orientation week that students arrive about 9 or 10 days before classes begin. And we take you on these walking tours. We take you on a trip to Wales, and I'll cover that later in this presentation. These are some of the basics of the university. So we're about 13,000 students on campus. We have about 4,000 students living on campus. So unlike a lot of schools in big cities like in Manchester or London, this is it's very similar to a US campus where a lot of students are housed on campus. And each student has their own private room. All the rooms are individual. So you have your own privacy, which is nice. That was one of my favorite things about being a student there is I had my own room, but I'm living amongst all the British students. In the town of Ormskirk, it's beautiful. It's a 12th century market town. So for the last 800 years, they've had a market, and it's every Thursday and every Saturday. And people from all over the Northwest come to the market in downtown Ormskirk, and they're buying, they're selling, they're trading. So it's a very unique experience, very interesting, and that's a great experience for a study abroad student. And this is Ormskirk. This is the local town. So you can see the photos of the market right there. So it's about the 8 to 10 minute walk from campus. So it's very accessible, and Ormskirk's beautiful. It's very quaint. It's very picturesque. It's what you think traditional England's like. And that was one of my favorite things as a study abroad student at Edge Hill was seeing this town of Ormskirk and meeting the local people, because there's not so many tourists. So you're not just another number when you're there in that part of the UK. You know, they hear your accent, they want to get to know you, they want to meet you, they want to know if you're having a good time in the UK. So it's a great city to explore and to be a part of that local community. And these are some of the highlights about Edge Hill. It's rated TEF Gold University, and that's quite an honor for us. The top 20% of British universities receive gold under the Global Teaching Excellence. So it's the government evaluation of teaching quality, learning environment, and student outcomes. And parents like to hear this, students do too, but it's the safest campus in the Northwest and the second safest campus in all of the UK. So it's a wonderful, safe community to be a part of as a study abroad student for a semester or academic year. So this semester, we love welcoming Augustana students. So you can come any semester. You can come for the fall semester, or you can come in the spring. So both are great semesters. I came in the fall years ago, and I had such a good time. I extended it for the spring. So I was fortunate enough to experience both semesters. And students always ask, which semester should I study? And I wish I could tell you. The fall is great because the British students are arriving for the first time. The weather's nice, you're getting acclimated, then you come home before Christmas. But the spring semester is just as good because you arrive in January. The British students have been in the dorms for a few months so that they're more comfortable. They show you around. They want to get to meet the new study abroad students. And then you have a spring break, and then you come home in May. So both semesters are just as good. One of the great things about studying abroad in the UK for a semester is you don't need a visa. That makes it so simple, because visas are costly and they can take a lot of time. You have to submit your passport. But if you come for one semester, all you need is your passport, and then we send you a letter of recommendation in the mail. So it's very simple. So you get this letter in the mail, you bring that with your passport. It allows you to study in the UK for up to 6 months. And if you study with us, you're going to take 3 courses per semester. So 3 classes is equal to 60 UK credits, which is the same as 12 US credits. So all the British students take 3 courses per semester. It's a very different education system. But those classes meet usually 1 day a week, sometimes 2 if there's a lab or a group project. But the contact hours are very similar to the US. There's just more time per day. So you would take 3 classes, get 12 credits. You can take 4 courses and get 16 credits at no extra cost, but you have to have you have to talk to Augustana about that first and get permission to take that 4th course. Okay, and these are our popular subjects. So you have the ability to mix and match courses. So if you're a business major and you want to take some finance courses or some business marketing, you can take those, but you can also take a computer science. You can also take a history course, a performing arts, theater, communication. So you can mix and match those courses. So everything's pre-approved before you go. So on your application process, which is pretty simple, it's an online application. And then you're going to list your courses that you want to take, and everything's pre-approved before you actually arrive. So you're not going to have any questions about courses once you're on campus. But when you are on campus, you will be assigned to an academic advisor, and you have full services of the international office to help you out through your semester when it comes to your courses. And these are some cultural trips. So this is Chester. This is a beautiful town, about an hour and a half away from Edge Hill. It's an ancient a Roman city. It has a Roman wall around it, and a lot of history, a lot of culture there. And we take you during orientation week. We also take you to other parts. We take you to Wales during orientation, and all that's included, so you don't pay any for these trips. But then we also offer other excursions throughout the semester at a small fee if students are interested. A lot of students are going to go, they're going to meet other study abroad students, and they're going to want to go to Scotland or go to Ireland or go down to Paris. But we also offer these other trips as part of the program at a small fee for the bus. They call it the coach over there. And this is what the program includes. So you're going to pay the tuition. Right now it's about $12,715 US. And that includes everything. When I mean everything, that includes we pick you up at Manchester Airport, we drive you to campus, we have a full orientation, but that also includes your meals for the semester. That includes your accommodation on campus. That even includes your textbooks. They're all in the library for you to check out. In the meal plan, it's right around 42 pounds a week, which is around $70. So we tell students it's about 12 to 15 meals per week. It just depends on how much you get. Like, I like to eat a lot, so I ended up finishing my meal plan on Thursday or Friday, and then I had to pay for my meals. And every Sunday, and then Sunday morning, your meal card recharges back to the full amount. So that's all included in the tuition, and you can see the other details that the program includes. And these are some of the accommodations on campus. It's a beautiful campus. And when I studied abroad there, that was one of my first memories is driving the staff from the international office picking me up at Manchester. And I was nervous. I was excited. I was a little scared. I'd never been outside the US before. And then they picked me up and they drove me to campus, and I got to the university, and I just was in awe just how beautiful the campus is. You have Ormskirk on one side, then you have the campus, and the other side you have these rolling hills, and there's a lot of hiking trails. There's a place called Rough Woods where there's hiking trails all throughout the woods and the park. So it's very open, very beautiful, and very spacious. And you wouldn't have that in big cities, especially in London. In the accommodation, like I said, it's all single rooms, so you have your own privacy. And then we want to integrate you amongst the British students. You know, it's not the same if we put all the study abroad students together living in the same house, the same unit. So we're going to mix you amongst the British students. So you definitely, you're going to get that British European experience rather than just a study abroad experience. And these are some of the sports complex that we have on campus that students are a part of. So when you study abroad with us, you're considered a full-time Edgehill student. So you have all the access, everything that a British student would have, even though you're only coming for one semester. You still have all those resources that are available to the Edgehill students. In the application process, so your first step would be talking to Beth, talking to your study abroad office first, and about applying and getting accepted. And then if they nominate you, then you can apply to us. And our application process is pretty simple. Like I said, everything's online. So it's just a one page. You fill out your name, your contact details, your major, and then a list of courses that have been approved for you. So you're gonna submit your top courses and then 3 alternate courses. Just to have, it's nice to have some backup options just in case there's a timetable clash between courses. But chances are most students do get their top 3 courses. And then you hit submit, and then we send you instructions on the next steps that you need to take to be accepted. But me being based in North America, so I work with all the study abroad students. And yeah, I apologize, I don't have that cool sounding British accent because I'm from Ohio, but I've been working there for many years. So I work with all the study abroad students in the US, Canada, Mexico, all the North American students who want to study abroad with us in England. So you'll be getting information from me. I'll be preparing you. And my job is to make your life as easy as possible when it comes to studying abroad and finding the right opportunity and having all the right information before you study abroad with us. And this is our international office team. This is Christmas, and we have a big staff, very, very welcoming, and we really strive. What's one of our biggest goals is student support. So we really focus on student support. But when you're back here in the U.S. and then once you go to the UK, you're gonna have great student support. We have an open door policy. Students come in, they can meet with their advisor if they have questions with courses. They can meet with their professor, but they can come to the international office if they're interested in traveling. If they want to. They can go to Liverpool and hop on a ferry boat and take the ferry boat to Ireland. It's a 3-hour ferry boat ride, and we can assist you with all that. So any questions, anything that you need, please let us know. And that's our job, is to make your experience as fun and as exciting as possible. And lastly, also when you study with us, we want you to be part of the Edgehill community as much as possible. We have lots of different activities, lots of clubs and societies. And during orientation week, we have the president of the student union come to talk to you. And yeah, you are there for just one semester, but you have all access to join any clubs and societies. So for example, we have like Disney club, music, dancing club, outdoors, like hiking and camping club, video game. I mean, we have over 50 clubs and societies that you can join. And we really encourage that, because that way you're meeting British students, other British students that are on campus and some that are off campus as well. So we have lots of different opportunities for you, and we go over all that during orientation week, and you have a lot of different choices to choose from. And again, my name is Jason Keeling, so I'm head of North American operations at Edgehill. So please let me know if you have any questions. You have my email right here. I have all the course syllabi on file. So if you see our course description or sorry, our course catalog, you can see all the courses that are available for study abroad students. And I have all those syllabi on file. So I'm happy to send you lists. I mean, I can send you 15 or 20 if you like, and then you can view what course maybe suits you best. But we'd love to welcome you. It's a great program, like I said, semester based, and we're in a beautiful part of England. So I'd be very happy to answer any questions from you guys on the chat. So please let me know.